Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk back out with another video, and we're doing our Week 6 NFL Pick'ems today. So, last week I didn't do an NFL Pick'em, but I'm going to do one this week. And I know my Chicago Bears are coming off of the bye week today. I won't be doing a live today for the Chicago Cubs because I'm going to be doing some other work today. I got also some other content from one of my clients today. But I wanted to do NFL Week 6 pick'ems real quick. So today we got the Philadelphia Eagles who are going to go to MetLife Stadium, and Philly are favored by 7.5 points so far this game. Philly's coming off of a loss against Denver, and the New York Giants, I believe they're coming off of a loss. Who they lose to against the Saints. So for this week, I think I'm gonna go for Philadelphia to cover the 7.5 points. I think this is going to be a little bit of a close game so far, but I think Philly, they're gonna bounce back from that loss against Denver. I know they're gonna come in hungry off of that loss, and I think they're gonna be coming in more prepared compared to the New York Giants. I think the New York Giants, they're still a young team led by a young quarterback in Jackson Dart. And I think, with this New York Giants team, I think they're going to be better than they were last year, but I don't think they're going to be enough to compete against the Philadelphia Eagles. So give me the Eagles. So for Sunday's matchup, we got the New York Jets versus Denver at Tottenham Stadium. The New York Jets, they're still defeated against the Denver Broncos. I'm just going to give this game to the Denver Broncos. I think the the New York Jets, you know, their defense is not that good. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, another high scoring game. Well, I can see it being a blowout too. I can see it being a blowout as well because Denver, they also got a good defensive line as well. I think they probably could shut down the game. But either way, I'm going to have Denver winning this game against the New York Jets. I just think overall they're just a better team, and Sean Payton, he's going to prepare this team way more better than New York Giants than the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets, they still got a lot to learn. And Aaron Glenn, of course, he's a young, head coach, first time head coach, but I think Sean Payton, he's gonna have a game plan to combat this New York Jets team, and they got a strong run defense, so it's gonna be very tough. And the Jets, they're predicated on the run game, so it's gonna be very very tough for the New York Jets. So give me Denver to cover. Next game, we got Indianapolis Colts versus Arizona. Indianapolis is favored by 7.5 points. Give me Indianapolis to win this game. I think overall they're just a better team than Arizona. Arizona, I don't know how the heck they choked that game away against the Titans. Um, they are a good team, but it's just, man, Arizona, they got a lot to learn. They got a lot they got to fix, especially with that coaching. The coaching got to do a better job with that Arizona team. Um, but I'd say give me the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, that team led by Jonathan Taylor and then Daniel Jones, he's having a renaissance season. I'll take give me the Colts to cover the 7.5. I think they do cover. The next game, you got the Chargers versus Miami Dolphins. This is going to be a Hard Rock Stadium. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 points. Um, uh, yeah, I'll take give me the Chargers to cover the 3.5. I think this is going to be a close game. I think Miami is a good team. I think this might be a close game, like a 24-21 or 27-24 type of game. Chargers, I don't know how the heck they got blown out by the Commanders, but um, I mean the Chargers are having a good season so far this season. I think they are going to bounce back, and the Miami Dolphins, they're coming off of a win against, who did they face? Who's their last? They're coming off of a loss against the Panthers. Actually, I don't know what's going on. But I think this is going to be the free fall. The Miami Dolphins. Um, Mike McDaniel's definitely on the hot seat. Um, I don't know how long of a leash Mike McDaniel has, but since his tenure with the Miami Dolphins, he barely won a playoff game, and I don't know what's going on with Tua Tagovailoa, but it's like he's just hot and cold. It's like he's like this. It's like one game he's hot, and then in the next game he's like very very cold, and he hasn't shown enough consistency. Like that's the problem with Tua Tagovailoa. He hasn't shown enough consistency to be one of the top. Like he's played as a top quarterback at times he has, but so far this season he's just been kind of been pedestrian, so far. And I think the Chargers, they're a better coach team. I think John Harbaugh is going to have this team prepared to come and combat this Miami Dolphins team, especially coming off of a bad loss to the Commanders. So I'd say give me the Chargers to cover the 3.5. The next game, we got the New England Patriots versus the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints is coming off of a win against the Giants. The New England Patriots, they're coming off of a big win against the Bills. That was a big win. A great defensive matchup. Drake May was very clutch against the Buffalo Bills. He made some clutch throws, especially that one clutch throw he made to Stephon Diggs. That was big. That set up that field goal for them to win. I think that type of game is going to really propel this New England team to a playoff team. I think they are ready to compete. Mike Vrabel has done a great job so far with this team, especially on the defensive end, on that side of the ball. I think Drake May, he's going to take that next step, to helping propel this team to be a playoff team. So I'd say, yeah, give me the New England Patriots to win against New Orleans Saints. I just think New Orleans is still in rebuild mode, even though they're coming off of a win against the Giants. I think New England is just overall just a better team, even though they have been playing better defensively, New Orleans Saints lately. Then they got some good playmakers on their team, like Rashid Shaheed, and then they got, of course, Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave, those guys. But I think they're still in rebuild mode, and I think New England's just a better team. So give me New England to win that game. Next game, we got Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored by 5.5. I'm going to have Pittsburgh winning this game. I just don't think Dillon Gabriel is just going to be enough to help this team compete against this Pittsburgh team, especially with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, is still doing Aaron Rodgers things. He's still playing having a solid campaign for this team against Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh just overall is just a better team. They're a better coach team. In Cleveland, they got a lot to learn. They just traded Joe Flacco. So, but I think Dillon Gabriel, he does take another step, but I just don't think it's enough to compete against Pittsburgh. Next game, we got Dallas versus Carolina. Now, this is going to be my upset pick of the week. I'm going to have Carolina win this game. This is going to be one of my upset picks of the week. I think this will be a high-scoring game. Dallas will continue their high-scoring matchup. It's just I just think Bryce Young, I think he's going to take that next step with this team. He has been taking the right steps. I think this coaching staff has really been helping this Carolina team become very, very competitive. I think this is going to be a very competitive game. I have it being like a 27-24 type of game in favor of Carolina, and it's at home too. So I would say give me Carolina to win that game. I think it's going to be like a 30-27 type of game. So give me Carolina to win. That's my upset pick of the week. Next game, we got Jacksonville versus Seattle. Seattle is favored by 1.5 points. Jacksonville is coming off of a win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Played a masterful game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, what's his name came in clutch. Trevor Lawrence came in clutch toward the end of the game and had that 10-yard rushing touchdown against the Chiefs. I'd say this is a tough one. It can go either way. I'm just gonna give it just by home. I'm gonna give it to Jacksonville. I'm gonna give the edge to Jacksonville. Um, I think this is gonna be another high scoring game, um, like a 34-31 type of game. Um, I mean, last week Seattle it did coming off of a loss, a high scoring game loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I think just overall, just the fact that Jacksonville has the home field advantage, I'm going to give it to. I'm going to give this game to. I'm going to give this game to Jacksonville. I think both of these teams so far are kind of equal in head-to-head matches, especially roster-wise. But I just think, just for this matchup wise, I'm going to give it to Jacksonville, based on them having home field advantage. That's how man. Like Jacksonville really stepped up. They really did step up, and they're becoming a little bit better team. Led by Liam Cohen. So don't sleep on Jacksonville. People are sleeping on Jacksonville, but Jacksonville, they're my dark horse team to make the playoffs. Next game, we got Baltimore versus Los Angeles. The Rams are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Rams to win this game. Lamar Jackson is not expected to play this game, and you saw how badly beaten and destroyed they got beaten by the Houston Texans. And I think this is going to continue. I think the Los Angeles Rams is going to bludgeon this Baltimore team to death, bro. I don't think Baltimore has enough firepower. I mean, you definitely see that their run game, especially the running game, has completely fallen off of a cliff when they don't have Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, give me the Rams to win this game. I think Baltimore is going through a free fall right now. They're going through a big slump because they don't have Lamar Jackson right now. So give me the Rams to cover. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders favored by 3.5 points. I'll say this is another upset pick of the week. I'm going to have Tennessee win this game. I don't trust Geno Smith at all. Geno Smith has thrown 8 interceptions the last 2 games. He's thrown 7. I think he's thrown 7 interceptions, bro, the last couple games. And I don't know. It's just Geno Smith. I don't trust Geno Smith at all to kind of lead this team. And Tennessee Titans, you see that this team is clicking. Their offense is starting to gel. You saw it against the Arizona Cardinals. You saw that team is starting to gel. And I think they're going to continue going toward that next step. So I'm going to have Tennessee covering the over. I'm going to have Tennessee covering the over for 3.5. So give me Tennessee to win. Next game, we got Green Bay versus Cincinnati. I mean, we don't even need to talk about this game. Give me Green Bay to win this game. I think this is going to be a blowout game. Green Bay is going to blow out the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're coming off of a bye week. They're going to have a good game plan to combat the Cincinnati Bengals team. Green Bay's got a better defense. I think they're going to really snuff out their passing game because Cincinnati relies heavily on the passing game. And you definitely see the big dip off when they don't have Joe Burrow. They have a weak offensive line. Their defense is trash, complete trash. And I think their run defense is not good. And Green Bay, they got a really great running game. And yeah, they're gonna literally run them over. I don't even know why this is America's game of the week. This is gonna be a blowout. Give me Green Bay. I think they are going to cover the 14.5. Next game, we got Tampa Bay versus San Francisco. Tampa Bay is favored by 2.5 points. I do think this is going to be another close game with a 23-20 type of matchup between Todd Bowles and I'm already forgetting the head coaches. What's up, Coleman? How you doing, bro? Head coach. I'm already forgetting his name. Kyle Shanahan. I'm sorry. I'm already forgetting Kyle Shanahan's name. It's crazy. I think this is going to be a great matchup between these two these two great head coaches by Kyle Shanahan and Todd Bowles. This is going to be more of a chess type of matchup, and on how they're going to combat each other. I mean, it could go either way. I'm probably going to give the edge to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has been playing lights out so far this season. And Todd Bowles, he's got a great defense, man. He's overall just got a great team. And Baker Mayfield is playing at an MVP level, bro. Like he's favored. I think he's one of the favorites to win the MVP so far. Rookie sensation, Emeka Abuka has been playing so well. I mean, ever since Mike Evans went down, Emeka Abuka has been playing lights out in favor. Ever since he's been going down, I got to cheer for the Lions this week. Emeka Abuka has been a sensation for this team. And if you have him in fantasy, I'll pick him for this game. I don't think San Francisco's secondary is great, and is all that great. I mean, they got a good defensive line, but I don't think their secondary is going to be strong enough to stop him. I think he's going to have like over 100 yards this game. But I'm going to give the edge probably to Tampa Bay. Think they're going to cover. I think they're going to cover by like maybe 4.5, 5 points. So give me Tampa Bay to win. Next game, we got Detroit versus Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 1.5. This can go either way. Kansas City is going to come in hungry. I think this is going to be another high-scoring game, but I think I'm going to give the edge to Kansas City because Kansas City, they can't go 2-4. If they go 2-4, I'm not saying they're going to not make the playoffs, but their chances of making the playoffs is going to be low. But Kansas City, they got more to play for compared to Detroit. I know Detroit, they're a very good team. Detroit, I'm not going to, take anything away from Detroit. But I think Kansas City is going to become in more hungry and more competitive compared to Detroit. I think Detroit might overlook Kansas City a little bit. So, but I think this is going to be another high-scoring game. But I'll give me Kansas City to win against Detroit, like 35 to 33. They're going to win by like a field goal. But I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's two great teams, man. Like, but I can see Detroit winning as well. I can see Detroit beating Kansas City. I can see them because they're a very high-powered offense. And Kansas City, they don't got a great running game. And they don't got much great receivers. And I can see Detroit completely shutting down their passing game. I can see that, So it can go either way. Either way, I'm going to give the edge to Kansas City. Home game. Next game, we got Buffalo versus Atlanta. Buffalo is favored by 4.5. I'm going to give the edge to Buffalo to win this game. I think Atlanta, they do got a great run game. It's just the only thing is Buffalo, they got a good run defense, and I think they're going to shut down the running game. And Buffalo, they're going to come in more hungry. That loss that they had against the New England Patriots, I think they're going to come in hungry. So I think Buffalo is going to take this game and win against Atlanta. In the final game, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders. Washington is favored by 4.5 points. This is the revenge game from last year. Well, this is the game that pretty much turned the tide of the Chicago Bears season last year. We all remember the Hail Mary that happened last year. I remember that last year. I remember watching that game. I wasn't too happy about it. For the most part, this was like kind of like a defensive matchup. And just going into that game was just very anticipated. The number one versus the number two. The number one pick versus the number two pick, and Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. It was a highly anticipated matchup. We all know what happened. Caleb Williams, he led that fourth quarter scoring drive, which almost led to a win. And when Jaden Daniels got the ball back, we all know about that infamous Hail Mary pass that he made to Noah Brown, and we all know what happened. And so going into this game, I think the Chicago Bears are going to come in hungry. They're going to come in motivated, especially coming off of the bye week. Washington is coming off of a win against the Chargers. And I think the Chicago Bears are going to come in hungry. They're going to come in more prepared. And I'm going to have the Chicago Bears cover the 4.5 points because, like I said, I think they're going to come in hungry. And everybody, they're going to be showing that pregame of what happened last year. And I think some of the players who were there last year, like Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, and some of the defensive players, like Tariq Stevenson. Tariq Stevenson, he's going to remember what happened last year. He's definitely going to come in prepared and try to shut down, Terry McLaurin. I'm not too sure if Terry McLaurin will play, but I think he will. But like I said, it's all going to depend on their running game because Washington, they got the number one running game in the NFL. And so it's all going to depend on Dennis Allen and this run defense on what they're going to do to their run game. If they come in prepared, if they literally set the edge and stop the three-headed run monster in Ja'Cory, that rookie running back and Krosky married and Austin Eckler, as well as their Jaden Daniels, I think the Chicago Bears have a chance at winning this game. But it's all going to be predicated as well on Caleb Williams. I think this game has to be the statement game for Caleb Williams if he wants to come into his own as being a franchise quarterback. If Caleb Williams wanted to put his stamp in this NFL, he's going to have to win this type of game because we already know Washington Commanders, they're a really good team. And Caleb Williams and this offense, they're going to have to put their stamp on this game to make sure that they are like the next tier team that's going to be that next playoff team. But hopefully, yeah, we shall see. But like I said, I have the Chicago Bears favored to win this game. And, hopefully I have them covering. I do have them covering the 4.5. But, guys, that's all of my week 6 pick'ems. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And, yeah, man, we'll do this next week for week 7. So I'll see you guys later. And as always, Chicago up, Bear down. All right. Peace.